Today's episode of Off the Timeline is titled The Arkansas Decision That Reshaped the SEC, 1998 to 2025. What if I told you the modern SEC wasn't built by Nick Saban, but by a decision Arkansas made in 1998? Not a dynasty, not a title run. One hire that never happened, one coach that went somewhere else, quietly changed how the SEC works, how Saban survives it, and why the playoff era looks the way it does right now. This is the universe where Arkansas doesn't chase emotion and the SEC never recovers from it. Why this matters in today's world. In the NIL era with a 12-team playoff, college football doesn't reward chaos anymore. It rewards structure. And in this universe, Arkansas figured that out 20 years early, forcing the SEC to harden, forcing Nick Saban to adapt faster, and turning the league into a machine instead of a pyramid. Act 1. The hire that didn't happen. 1998. In real life, Arkansas hired Houston Nutt. In this universe, Arkansas looks at Houston Nutt and sees the ceiling. Emotion, energy, variance, and they pass. Instead, Arkansas makes the most underrated home run hire of the era, Gary Pinkel. Not flashy, not loud, but obsessed with discipline, development, and culture. Arkansas chooses boring on purpose. At the same time, the chaos doesn't disappear. It's exported. Act 2. The wheel sends chaos elsewhere. The wheel of randomness spins along Arkansas tier programs. It lands on Mississippi State. And with that, in this universe, Mississippi State hires Houston Nutt. Two programs, two philosophies, two futures. Act 3. Arkansas becomes structure. 1998 to 2006. Under Gary Pinkel, Arkansas does not spike, they stabilize. 1999 to 2001. 8 to 9 wins becomes normal. No chaos losses, no emotional collapses. Recruiting quietly improves. By 2003, Arkansas is no longer rebuilding, they are blocking. Blocking LSU, blocking Auburn, blocking the SEC West's margin for error. By 2006, Arkansas wins the SEC West, reaches Atlanta, enters every season expecting 9 to 10 wins. They aren't feared because they're flashy, they're feared because they do not give games away. Act 4. Houston Nutt exports volatility. At Mississippi State, Houston Nutt does exactly what he always does. Early spark, 1998 to 1999. Big upsets, emotional highs, national attention. But by the early 2000s, recruiting stalls, locker room tension rises, seasons flatten at 6 to 7 wins. Nutt raises floors, but he lowers ceilings. Mississippi State becomes annoying, not dangerous. And Arkansas, the job he didn't get, becomes the model. Act 5. LSU feels the wall. 2003 to 2006. LSU still wins this universe, but the road is different. Arkansas is no longer a breather. They steal West games, tighten races, increase physical toll. Even during LSU's 2003 title run, the margins shrink. And LSU's head coach notices Nick Saban. Saban isn't losing, he's suffocating. The league is closing in faster than expected. Act 6. Why Saban leaves LSU. Here's the key divergence. Nick Saban doesn't leave LSU because he can't win. He leaves because he can't dominate. Arkansas has removed the soft middle. The SEC West is saturated. Every season is a grind. So when Alabama comes calling, Alabama enters a harder SEC, which is Act 7, by the way. Saban still builds the dynasty, but the environment is harsher. In this universe, Arkansas forces physical games, prevents coasting, but they also accelerate Alabama's evolution. Saban modernizes earlier, rotates deeper earlier, prepares for January and October. Arkansas doesn't beat Alabama often, but they shape Alabama constantly. Act 8. The playoff era stress test. 2015 to 2020. When the playoff arrives, the SEC is already built for it. Because of Arkansas, Arkansas never collapses, never panics during coaching transitions, never spikes and disappears. They decide playoff fields, ruin clean resumes, become the most feared non-playoff team in the country. Meanwhile, LSU peaks but can't rest. Alabama dominates but never escapes. Mississippi State fades into the background. Act 9, NIL and Expansion, 2021 to 2025. This is the payoff. NIL arrives. Arkansas doesn't chase stars, they build retention. By 2024, Arkansas makes the expanded playoff. They even win a first round game. They advance further than LSU. For the first time, Arkansas isn't just surviving the system, they're validated by it. The final act, what this universe proves. Arkansas never becomes Alabama. They do something much more important. They make Alabama necessary. They force SEC depth, earlier evolution, and a league that rewards structure over chaos. Final verdicts, Arkansas, they're the program that outlasted chaos. Gary Pinkel, he was the architect no one saw coming. Houston Nutt, he's proof that emotion travels, but ceilings don't. LSU, elite forever, comfortable never. Nick Saban, the greatest closer, forged in resistance. The SEC, not dominant because of stars, dominant because it learned early. So the next time someone asks why the SEC always survives the chaos, remember the hire that Arkansas didn't make in 1998.